Good morning. Today I would like to discuss about the preparations for the field studies, which are very crucial for any study. It begins right from the project proposal or program objectives. We have to understand each and every indicator, and accordingly a questionnaire has to be developed. At first, the questionnaire could be developed by the main team lead, but it has to be accepted or looked into by all other stakeholders too. So there is a process in this whole thing because in every evaluation we have three kinds of data, that is quantitative, qualitative and descriptive. Quantitative data most often we get from various formal sources, but if you want to understand the quantitative information as per the situation in the ground, then we have to collect it again. Quantitative data is basically the numbers. Usually quantitative doesn't change much or very much even if it is collected by different people. But say the number of members in a family, there are 5 members in a family. So 5 is a constant factor given the time and place for that family. So anybody who collects such data will be going to be constant. But regarding the qualitative data, one has to be more in designing questionnaires also. One should be have that kind of skills in developing them because qualitative data is like the happiness index. Happiness is a relative factor and it is very hard to catch. But still, you could develop a set of questions where it indicates that the people are happy to a degree. So, in the process, what we are actually doing is quantification of qualitative information. This is a very crucial and important thing. And another thing is QPR, Quantified Participatory Assessment. This is also another tool where we evaluate both quantitative and qualitative information using this methodology. That is basically in QPR, it is not the person who is evaluating, is assessing, but the main stakeholders are also participating in the process and trying to evaluate. So it is a mutual initiative where we evaluate the community. And there comes the descriptive. Descriptive part is to highlight certain things such as case studies, a particular family which has come out of poverty with so much efforts. And descriptive things are basically they define the unique things also, but they stand as a motivation or as a case study for to understand the whole process. So descriptive things also play an important role, but we do require a good storyteller to write the descriptive analysis part so that they could make it more interesting with facts, figures, pictures, graphs, box items, and quotations like that. So, in a report, in an evaluation report, the quantification, qualitative data, and the descriptive part are very, very important. So, to train a team in all these aspects, one need to look into how well the questionnaire could be developed so that there is no confusion among the evaluators, because what originally it is perceived should be perceived by each and every team member similarly. So in this regard, when the questionnaires are being developed, it is good to involve other members who are part of the project too in the development, and the team which is going to evaluate should also be involved. And then after doing a first round of these questionnaires, then the field testing is very important. One need to go to the field and in the real situation should test it and understand for how many questions we could get the answers, and is there any bias in getting the answer, or is there any way people are trying to give two types of answers to the same question, or there is a delay in asking a question and getting a reply. If there is too much delay, it means the question is not simple, it is very complex. So all these things once we understand from the field data, we need to rectify this with the team, because they are the people who are going to do this evaluation. So each and every team members, this opinion is very important, and those things need to be considered. So apart from that, we need to have an intensive orientation and training to the team members, because when we go to the community, we have to respect the community. We have to respect their culture, we have to respect their traditions, and everything, the mannerisms also matter a lot. It is not that they are there and we get the information just we want, so they give us information. So they need to establish a relationship with the community, and this relationship is very important. And especially when the young team members go into the field, they don't know much about how to respect the elder communities, and especially if you look at the tribal communities, they have more pride than what we consider they are poor, because poverty is not the thing which belittles their pride. So all these things had to be considered while going into the field, and one should understand where they are going, what are the any other concerns if they are there, and one should understand the timing at which one has to go, and how to greet the people, how to sit with the community, how to balance the discussions among the community. If it is too biased by only one or two members, then how to make others also participate. Say women and the poor and some other people, they tend to remain away from discussions. Then how to bring them for discussions? Do we need to have focus group discussions with them? Or do we need to have separate sessions with them? So all these things have to be planned ahead. And also one should calculate the exact time it requires to do an evaluation in a village, because time is a crucial factor, and we cannot leave things halfway and return back, because community's time is also very important as much as our time, and they are spending a day with us means they are losing their livelihood on that day, and we are not at all compensating them in any way. Of course it is relevant to their own progress and development, but still we don't have any right to take away their time and their livelihood on that day. So we need to plan exactly our timing and all that so that it doesn't affect their livelihood. And then we have to discuss with the elderly people in the community and get their acceptance before going into the field for studies, because some people, there needs to be cooperation among certain people, and they should cooperate fully, so that they are the community leaders and they can organize their members and their colleagues together, and the survey could be conducted very well in time. And for all these things, we need a kind of orientation and training to the team members before leaving to the field. So before leaving to the field, other things which we need to give is a kit. This is called basically some of the basic tools which they need to carry. Do you have enough forms? Do you have enough white papers? And do you have enough chart papers? flashcards, because flashcards are useful in ranking and doing some other exercises. And also we need simple tools like, say, a set of marbles which can be used for the weightage that the community can give to. And apart from that, we should have sketch pens, charts, so that if the community want to draw and show something. And sometimes in PR exercises we need to carry even more, like some rangoli colors, and also the seeds, different types of seeds like that, so that they could represent different issues with these symbols. So like that we need a kind of set of tools, and these things need to be organized well ahead before they leave to the field. And at the field, there should not be much time wasted in this gathering all these things. And within the team, there should be one coordinator person basically who can take the total responsibility to collect and see that if everything is okay or not. And if there are any gaps, they should discuss with his team members, and then they should again get back to the community to fill up those gaps. So any small gap that is left in the field will be a great challenge while compiling the information after getting back to the office. So this challenge should be rectified well within the field. And we should also see that if sometimes the some of the evaluators, if they leave them independently because of various other challenges, or they may not be so interested in doing such kind of studies, though they might be cheating the team. So we need to understand that how to cross check and triangulate this information, that we need to take the support of the secondary information. And also by comparing the information collected from other habitations, one can understand whether this data is fine or not. So there should be some kind of relationship. Let us say if we have asked the rates and prices of all the inputs in agriculture, then total income they are putting. And if income is so high, but when we total the total input costs, if it is very high and there is no profit margin, then how can we say that there is profit? So this kind of cross checking within the data also is required, and this need to be done with by the main the team who is compiling this information and the team lead. So in this way, to do a successful evaluation of any project or program, one can always do by systematically planning, and by making the community participate in the whole process, by making the team participate in the whole process, and also understanding the geography of the area. And while writing the report also, one should include the experts opinions, and check it if the report is fine or not. And then the draft one can be submitted to the agencies, and then it should be checked again by them, and from feedback and other things, then again it should be rectified. So these are the various process in the evaluation and consideration and concerns related to the field survey and getting the data from community. Thank you.